Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm on the U.S. National Wushu team, and I do Changquan, Straight Sword, and Spear. So, I first started when I was about 6 years old. My parents had actually originally signed me up for karate, but kind of sucked. I couldn't even get past white belt. So they decided to try something else, and Wushu was it. It wasn't really good, but I wasn't really bad either, because, I was able to get past white belt this time, so, and continued like that until, I'd say, about middle school, like 11 or 12 years old. And money became a slight issue for my family, and so we decided to take a break, for about 4 years, and that was about my high school career. And I mean, my training at the time wasn't really getting a lot better. It was kind of at a plateau, and so I mean, after a couple of years, money wasn't really an issue again, but I never really had the drive to just go back to Wushu anymore. I mean, high school was taking up a lot of my time. I joined cross country and track and field, and that kind of prevented me from wanting to do anything else with my body after school was over. But near the end of high school, my little sister, for some reason, decided all of a sudden she wanted to go back to Wushu, and I mean, she had also practiced with me when we were kids, so she liked it just as much as I did, and so she dragged me along with her, and at that point, something just kind of clicked, and I just really started to fall in love with Wushu, but much more than ever before, and I guess it was kind of, I just needed a break from Wushu. I mean, it kind of sounds like a girlfriend or something, but that's kind of really how I see Wushu right now. It's something that I've really committed myself to, and something that I just can't really live without. So at this point, my training just started to become so much more rigorous, and I think that's when my Wushu career really took off. Fun fact, my sister, the one who actually dragged me into it, she doesn't practice anymore, so. This might seem a little silly, especially to the old school Wushu people, but my biggest goal in Wushu is to do a perfect form. And what I mean by perfect is a full form at some national competition, world would be nice, with my dream first section, which is B-twist to jump inside 720 splits, and my dream second section, which is jump inside 540 to B-twist 720 splits, and then finish the rest of the form without a hitch. And a medal would be nice, but honestly, if I could do that, I'd probably die happy, but I wouldn't. I'd go for like 900s or something next. There are a lot of people who have inspired me throughout my Wushu career, but the one person that I look up to in terms of Wushu is Colvin. He's one of the most consistent, non-professional Wushu athletes that I know, and I envy that consistency because it's something that I think I lack. I'm more of an explosive Wushu person. When it's good, it's great, but when it's bad, it's awful. It's like you always want what you don't have. Sometimes I wonder if I hadn't taken a break, would I have competed against him when I was younger, and would I be better than I am now? But I mean, I think the break is what really allowed me to propel myself forward. If I hadn't stopped back then, I probably would have stopped sooner or later, and I might never have come back. So, I try to train every day, at least an hour or two each day. My schedule isn't 100% strict because I'm working now, and it's kind of hard to do what I want when I want. But if nothing unusual comes up, I make it a point to practice at least once a day. Probably Nandu rules. I mean, I love jumps, and I would love to see like C-level and D-level scores for national competitions. I also would like to get rid of the required movements. Maybe, require balance or something, but honestly, everybody's form starts to look very similar when we have a limited number of required movements. Maybe we should do something like require a person to have X number of unique movements, so it's not just like slap kicks, hammer fist, slap kick, hammer fist, slap kick, hammer fist all the time. Stretch. Nothing matters if you're stiff. I don't care how high you jump, I don't care how fast you move. If you do not have a certain level of flexibility, your Wushu will eventually hit a wall and you'll just be unable to move on to the next level. Find someone who's a sadist, who loves making you cry in pain to help you stretch. There's a lot of Wushu people out there like that. Also, make sure they're not actually crazy.